Okay, well, I had to check in today and give you guys an update on the conversation with Tom yesterday. So, we did meet on Zoom and we had a fabulous conversation. It went a little over an hour. And oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you all the things that were covered on it. His story is so fascinating. So, I thought we were safe in having our meeting yesterday after Mercury retrograde ended. However, as you can probably tell, there's not been an upload because I forgot to hit the record button. It's so funny. I hit record earlier, testing it out. And then when we got on the conversation, I got a little flustered, signing everybody into Zoom and just admit, which I was so grateful. Everybody joined. I forgot to hit record. So all that fabulous information went out into the universe and to the people that joined. Um, anyway, so I love Tom. I think he's amazing, and he has agreed to do a redo. So if you didn't get a chance to join us yesterday, if you didn't get a question in, um, then we get to do it again on Monday, the 21st. And again, it's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern, and it will be on Zoom. I've put the details in the description here. I will send out a newsletter and all my regular channels of getting that information out there. And gosh, I really encourage you to get some questions in. He sent me the sweetest note yesterday after our session ended and said he really appreciated the questions, and it was clear that me and uh, my tribe, I'll call you my tribe, are familiar with the gentle way. And he said he loved the questions, and it was just great to see that connection. So, all right, we're going to go for it again next week. Also, now, if y'all haven't read his other books, if The Gentle Way is the only way you've read, we even talked about Atlantis and Lemuria, that book he has. And then his book, First Contact, The Conversations with E.T. So we are going to take a little deep dive into those next week also. We covered them this week. Um, hey, you guys. Oh, look, here's somebody that was here. It was awesome. I was sitting here now using Read Out Loud to listen to The Gentle Way. It's so good. Um, yeah, and thanks you guys for signing in today and catching me here. So yeah, we're going to talk about the Gentle Way next week. We're going to talk about Atlantis and Lemuria. We'll talk about contacts with ETs. So for those of you that are interested in that, gosh, I really hope you can join our Zoom call. And if you can't, please feel free to send a question in, or maybe check out his books before we meet. So while we're here, I was going to say I didn't get to all of our questions. Let me see here. Monday, since the call with Tom went over. So I'm going to answer some here today. Let me get over to them. Okay. Hang on here. Okay. Okay. So I will read the prayer for those of you joining us. And let me see. Okay. You have a dentist next Monday? Yes, sign in a little late. It doesn't matter. And I will remember to hit record this time. Okay. And we didn't talk a whole lot about fairies. And I'm reading the comments coming up here today. He is working on a book now. If you get his newsletter, he actually tunes in to, I think, Oberon, and I forgot the queen's name. But anyway, the king and queen of the fairy realm. He does have a section in there where he poses questions to them as well, and shares their answers. So I'm sure that book when that comes out in another year or so, we'll be just rich with information on the fairy world. And if you have any questions about that, he's still looking for material questions to put in that book. So y'all are welcome to send questions in about the fairies. And then, well, we'll go over the rest of that on Monday. For now, let's just take a minute. I'm going to read the prayer. Okay. I ask God if He will have a shield of love and truth around you permanently, so only God's love and truth will exist between you and me. I allow the masters, teachers, and loved ones of you to channel through me out of whatever realm to say whatever they wish. I ask the permission of the Lords of the Akashic Records, so I'm able to look into the records of you and remove whatever information I'm allowed. Okay. You know what? We are going to jump right in. Let's see. And the guides, let me see if they have any little thing to start with. The only thing they want to say that they want to just emphasize, reiterate, and just press upon everyone is there is so much unseen support and divine energy around you. And they would want you to think of the biggest crowd you've ever seen, the largest population, and just imagine all of that being around you. And they said if you think of 100 angels, and of course that's small, they said, but just think where you are, wherever you're sitting and listening to this, imagine that entire space being filled up with benevolent divine beings, all listening to your thoughts and wanting to assist you. They said they cannot emphasize that enough, how much support is there for you. And even like Tom said yesterday, you are so encouraged to ask for support and ask for help and ask for guidance and really build a relationship with them. Your own personal guides, but then again, all the wonderful benevolent beings around you. So, okay, let me jump in here. Okay, I'm currently living in Salem, Oregon. Is this a good place for me to stay to continue carrying out my life's mission? All right, let's see here. I am hearing yes for now. I'm also hearing you might be invited to go somewhere else. And I would accept this invitation as far as like it might be a visit somewhere, a journey somewhere, and it might be a place you recognize a home feeling for you. Where you are is lovely, is what I'm hearing. And no need to change that up. When it's time to change that up, it really does look like there will be an invite somewhere. There will be a, wow, I really like this place. So I would say a move will be in the future. Doesn't necessarily feel like the near future. And again, trajectories can change. And if there's not a move, it doesn't matter because where you are feels really good. You just might take a few more trips, if that makes sense. But I feel like there's some kind of invitation coming for you to go somewhere in a place you've never been. And you might end up with a desire to explore that a little more intimately. Okay? Okay, great. All right, here we go. All right. I've relocated 1,000 miles from where I live about 6 months ago, but my household is still in storage all these miles away. Will the moving of my furniture to my new place go as planned around the 1st of May? Oh gosh, I did that before too. Whew, moving across country like that, one coast to the next. So I get it. Let me see here. I would say feels like the timing of it is on time. I don't see really any delays there. If there is a delay, I would say it serves you. but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like that will all be executed nicely. You know what? Now, what I am hearing is that might be a little damage to something. Could be a cabinet or something, and you could use the gentle way and request a most benevolent outcome that all of your belongings arrive safely um, and on time, free from any drama, trauma, damage, whatever you want to say, um, in their perfect, healthy, and whole condition. Thank you. So I'd probably throw that phrase out there. And then I would ask all the angels and divine beings to surround and support all of your belongings in this beautiful bubble of safety and protection so that everything arrives safely, unhurt, and on time. Just throw those both out there and then say that thank you too. And I really feel like you can circumvent any little bumps and bruises along the way. So cool you asked, and you still have time. Okay. Let's see. I am hoping you can point me to more information on the Light Library. There's a definition of it in one of Judy Hall's Crystal Bible volumes, A Repository of Knowledge and Healing. I would very much like to have more information as my meditation practice has been leading me into it with miraculous results. Well, that is wonderful to hear. And I would say keep meditating, keep meditating, keep meditating. And I would ask to be given permission to go to that light library. And so the light library you could use as another term for the Akashic records, for divine consciousness, for the book of life, for all the knowledge that is in the universe that exists, past, present, and future, all at the same time. So really, when we tap into that information, we're all tapping into that same thing. We just might refer to it by different things. Meditation is going to take you there. It will, and I can't stress that enough. And one day it may just pop for you. That's what happened to me. It was like somebody flipped a light switch in my head. I had been practicing, and I was like, oh my God, oh my gosh. And it was amazing. And it was just such a noticeable difference. And I want to say it was a silence, but it wasn't silent. I don't know how to describe that. It was just lovely. So keep meditating. You've already put the intention out there to go to the light library. So your guides will take you there. And it will really be everything you imagine it to be. I'll say that too. Okay. Okay. I have been experiencing some amount of worry over how the policies and actions of the current government administration will impact my very small consulting business. I just finished a project and nothing is in the pipeline, which adds to the worry. Can you ask the guides if I need to look for a more regular job with a regular paycheck to weather these turbulent times, or whether there's a project on its way to me that will carry me through? Okay. Gosh, there's so much uncertainty right now for everyone. So I appreciate that question and really feel the concern there. The guide said they would take the path of least resistance and get a job. And they said you will very much appreciate to live without that worry for a while. And even if it doesn't feel it's in total alignment with your heart, your purpose, your calling, your mission, they said that's okay. There's plenty of time for that. And for you to eliminate the worry now and find something to sink your teeth in. Also feels like there's ulterior motives in this, I would say. And it could be more to expand your presence in the community. I don't know if that's just meeting more people or I don't know what that's about. But anyway, they said you will be served in more ways than one, not just eliminating the worry, not just the paycheck, but there are other benefits to come from this. So you are wise to consider that suggestion. Okay, see here. All right, I have another here. Should I rewrite the book proposal? And then is the advice I've got solid that it needs to be told at a closer narrative distance? Okay. I'm hearing yes and yes. Gosh, it feels like more work, yet I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at what flows forth from you. They said there's going to be a little bit of writing from, I want to say, the heart and channeling, and not that you're going to be sitting down and channeling material, yet there's somebody to tap into to really feel their feels is the best way to put it, that is going to come flowing through. So I'm not sure what that's about and if that makes sense to you or not, but that's what they're saying, that this is going to be a different writing experience for you. They said be open, get ready to receive, and it's going to go fast. They're showing me like fire just going fast. So hopefully that is helpful. Okay. What else here? All right. I know we're meeting so impromptu today. And again, thanks you guys for joining. Let me see here. There's a house going up for sale in Ferndale. Will this become a home? Ooh. So when I ask the guides that, they show me a house and they take a big heart around it. Now, this is funny. I have to say, I've never seen this before. I don't know if it has a chimney or not, or if you like fires, but they're showing like a fire burning in a chimney and little hearts coming up out of the chimney. Like there's a home fire burning, but it does look like a beautiful way, your heart energy that you'll be sharing there. So I don't know if that vision makes sense, but that's the image that they're showing me. Feels like a small home, just quaint and charming, if that makes sense. Not a ton of rooms, lots of windows, lots of light. That's what it feels like. So hopefully that helps you. Okay. Okay, let's see. I still haven't moved the rest of my stuff and furnishing from 2 islands away. Is there a great car for me soon? Or should I just hold in and hang tight? I think it's time to get moving soon, but it's getting harder every week going by. All right, moving as in getting your stuff to where you are, or moving out of that area. Let me see here. The guides will know. So I don't, y'all. If y'all joined the Zoom call yesterday, we did talk a little bit about the 2026 predictions that Tom Moore is. So he connects with Gaia, the soul of Mother Earth. And he actually has 2 books coming out this summer, Volume 1 and Volume 2. They decided to split them up because it was so much information. And he did talk about the earthquakes on the western, region of the United States, or just, this continent, so to speak. He did focus a lot on California. He didn't really get up into, Washington or Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia. It was mostly felt like California. But he did say we're gonna start to see earthquakes next year, and that the landscape there is going to change. And I know my guides had said that too, not to the degree he's received information, but similar. So if you're in that western region and you're thinking about moving, you might want to take that as a little inner nudge. And as far as your question, getting your stuff to you, let me see here. You know what? I am hearing to let that worry go for now. Um, they said to be open to receive the car. It looks like within 2 months, for some reason, that will find its way to you. When that happens, the car will really indicate for you that you're ready. To take the driver's seat, if that makes sense, and be the driver in your life and be here in a new way. So the car will come first, but they said let the worry go of everything else. That's all being taken care of and held, um, and just be open to receive the car. So just imagine keys dropping in your hands. Um, I don't know how that's going to come to you, but that's what they said. It looks like within 2 months. Um, and then from there, things will literally take off, they said. So, okay. Yeah. A big one may be coming to Alaska, an earthquake. Yeah. Let me see. I'm hearing, yes, that is true. There's a lot of activity, you guys. There's a lot of transformation happening on the planet, happening to different, communities, people, places. And if anything, we are guided to be flexible and also to remember that we are supported and we have learned to be very adaptable. Um, the guide said they really want you to feel supported. Yes, some people are going to leave the planet. You have to remember we don't die. Our souls do not die. We just go on to a different experience. We may not be ready to leave here in our conscious minds, but our souls might be. And that's something to see if you can let that settle in somewhere and bring you any kind of comfort. I know that sounds strange, but okay. Okay. The quake being imminent. I'm not getting imminent, as in imminent, as in, the next few months or anything like that. I'm looking out towards the end of this year. No, it feels like we'll start to see several little ones kind of working their way up, sprinkled in and around is what it feels like. And are you in? Now, he talked about tsunamis, but what he talked about is the tsunamis going away from the coast and traveling through the Pacific, to the Pacific Islands and other places, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Yeah. And I would say there's more to come on that. And y'all are welcome to send some more questions into that for our weekly live show. This is big stuff. We got big stuff going on here. We signed up for big stuff. Okay. All right. I don't have my cards. You know what? I'm going to call it a day today because this was impromptu. But I wanted to jump in and say hi. Wanted to let you know we'll be on Zoom on Monday again at 4:00. And if I, okay, hang on. If I finish in time, I will jump on for our live show. And if I don't, I'll try and do it on Tuesday. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, sending your questions, and I look forward to next week. Thank you so much, everyone. Lots of blessings and wishings to you this week. And we are going into Taurus season on Friday. I'm a Taurus. My birthday is Easter, and I'm so excited. How wild is that lined up? Anyway, all right. Thank you again for joining, and I will see you next week. My year around the sun will be complete. All right, we'll see what the week holds. Okay, bye.